Make sure I can hear myself. Alright. Let's get it rocking. New game, Biomutant. Some type of post-apocalyptic world with rabbit bunny kung fu things and all sorts of other animals. Open world RPG. I'll let everything play out too. I don't usually watch full cutscenes and stuff. If the gameplay is anything like this, it's gonna be nice. Nice little opening scene right there.
How can something as beautiful as this be dying? A plague is ruining the land, but the tree of life still stands. Question is, for how long? End is coming to the new world. The tribes stand divided, in need of someone strong enough to unite them, or bring them all down. This is a story with an unusual beginning. So, let's expect an unusual end.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to Biomutant.
Don't hate me for not playing hard. I don't even know how to play yet. Let's create our boy first.
Encode your DNA.
I already know I want to be intelligent. Which one got the intelligence? Rex. Flip. Alright. Okay, so the benefits of this one are a little bit of energy regen with mad joints. Got disadvantages. Dum strength. Rex got vitality, more health, more key energy. A little vitality on Hilla. Fip got mad intellect buffs. Alright, I think I'm gonna go with Rex. Nah, we're gonna go with Fip. Define your character. Starting attributes to see more detailed explanation of what effect each attribute has. Press whatever button that is.
Define your genetic.
Vitality attribute defines your amount of health energy caused of dodging. The amount of health you have, this value increases as you level up. The higher your vitality attribute is. Your health regenerates slowly outside of combat and can replenish with consumable items. The amount of armor you have defines how much damage you take from enemy attacks. Armor is defined by the gear you equip. The strength attribute adds to your melee damage, and the higher your strength, the more damage you deal. Melee damage. The higher your melee damage stat, the more damage you deal. This is increased by increasing your strength attribute. Intellect. The intellect attribute defines how much key energy you have, how fast your key energy regenerates, as well as the amount of damage you deal with psionic powers and mutations. Intellect also defines the amount of moves you can perform while trying to complete puzzles. Power. The power stat is used to define the amount of damage you deal with all kinds of psi powers and mutations. The key energy is used for all kinds of combat actions. All special attacks, side powers, and mutations cause energy to use. Your key energy regenerates and can be replenished with consumable items. The higher your key energy regen, the faster your key energy regenerates. The agility attribute defines your overall speed. The move speed stat defines your movement speed. Your charisma attribute defines how easy it is to persuade other characters, as well as how high your barter stat is. The barter stat increases the amount of green you earn from selling items, as well as reducing the price of items you want to purchase. Your luck attribute defines how lucky you are. The higher your luck, the higher your critical chance and your loot chance. Critical chance defines the chance of your attacks becoming critical hits, increasing their damage. Loot chance increases your chances of finding more items of higher quality and rarity.
Pick structure.
Alright, so I made them intellectual. I'm thinking intellectual and fast. Where does movement speed? There you go. Let's go with that.
Choose a genetic resilience.
Let's keep this right at the
Choose your
middle.
first style.
This dude is ugly. It's a weird chart.
Pick your main color.
Let's make them green.
Choose your detail color.
Dang, this dude is ugly.
Pick a class.
Deadeye is a tricky, skillful rogue who chose in a life outside law and society values. Your ranged weapons are reloaded instantly, and your next magazine is granted 20% damage.
Commando.
Ranged weapons attack and inflict 10% more damage to target.
Ciphering.
To shoot a spark ball, press down the input. You have bound the ability to. It will make you throw the ball in the direction you are facing, inflicting damage to your enemy. Your Kai regen is increased by 20%.
Saboteur.
Melee dual weapon. Equip 2 different one-handed melee weapons to dual wield, though. Your dodge energy is reduced.
Sentinel.
Your base armor is increased. Alright, I think I'm gonna go with this.
Sentinel chosen.
I don't
Sounds
really like
good.
how you look.
Here's somebody with a troubled past, drawn
Dang,
into
should've
the
moved
spotlight
that
of a
there.
story that's already begun. We're already at a crossroads. Choosing a path in life is that fork in the road where you make a choice or simply stop living. But for you, it's not only a crossroad, but a choice. A reflection of your key, the primal energy that flows through everything.
We're gonna have to go with dark red for the strength of power since I got
Allow me
intellect.
to introduce myself. I'm the dark side of you. Your inner voice, to be precise. An echo of the balance and consequence of your actions as you move forward.
Can't believe you'd choose that thing over me. But I'll be here waiting
Dark
for you
is
when you have a
fine.
change of heart.
That
Oh,
thing?
shoot.
I'm right here. Let me remind you, we're two halves of the same. With the difference being I'm the better half.
Oh,
Better
Evie.
half. My way is both better and brighter. Light makes it easier to see the best end.
The best end is the one you decide yourself. And it seems we're headed in the right direction.
I feel like they both not that bad. How they was answering and stuff.
Guess left can be right sometimes. Stories of death and the bodies left behind. A reminder that we're at the mercy of nature and the one that preys on others. Do you remember the beast that shattered your family? Or did you choose to forget? You turned your back on our world and got lost in your own. Meanwhile, the Predator only grew stronger.
Just making stuff up. What am I doing? Praying or eating it? Oh. Hey. This dude beating my... Kinda awkward. I wouldn't even face it that way.
You better make a run for it. This is not the time nor place to end this story.
Okay, it's the beginning scene, but we actually doing it. That's kind of clunky.
This time, it was best to run and live to fight another day. Let us hope you're ready for it when it comes. The Predator isn't the only threat. The wildlife started to mutate when the end of days began, and the Tree of Life started to die.
Okay, just mutations. Oh. Still a little clunky, man. It's a little clunky. What is this? You found a weapons special effect add-on. Attach it to your ranged weapon to give it an extra damage type for as long as the ammo lasts. Some enemies have resistance of weakness to different weapon special effects. Use them wisely. I hate add-ons. To add the special attack selected through consumables quickly. I hate stuff like that, man. Play change items to help you. Your health doesn't automatically generate copy. Excuse me, let's find other ways to heal. What a health pack. You can use the bandage by holding a quick select and putting it on. I did not pick to use that. That's crazy. Whatever.
Good thing you're strong. The oil sludges everywhere. To most, it only means death. But some have adapted to the new environment.
Oh, I didn't even see this big old dude.
With it, evolution has its ways.
Repairing the enemy when attacked. Oh, come on. I know there was no freaking quicksand. You just be adding stuff to games. Not telling nobody. Ain't nobody said you could die from quicksand.
The oil sludges everywhere. To most, it only means death. But some have adapted to the new environment and changed with it. Evolution has its ways. All enemies can be looted for highlight items. Find the highlighted fallen enemy and then probably just the big dudes maybe. Synergy pack small. Sweet meat. Now you can focus.
Definitely was out the way. Alright. And he whooping me. That's still whooping me. My G. Make sure I got everything. Nothing to search. Some enemies carry large shields. You need to break the shield with a melee attack before you can deal damage to it. Oh. Ah. Defeating enemies and completing tasks will give you XP. Leveling up allows you to raise one of your attributes by 10. You'll also get 1 point when you can use to unlock skills in the Wong Fu perks menu. Go to the menu, press options. Increasing attributes. When you level up, you can increase an attribute of your choice by 10. Pick which attribute you would like to get from the list. Alright, so I'm thinking strength. That's already pretty high. Yeah, everything else is low except those two, so get stronger. Get a little stronger. There are 2 pillars of Wong Fu. The core martial arts you start with mastery and you unlock with the upgrade. Points gained from leveling up. Close combat. Select close combat or ranged combat to unlock your first special move. What's crush? I should never be unarmed. So triangle is a melee attack. I didn't even know that. Once you have more upgrades, you spend perks, special attacks, and dark child aura perk. Magic. Offer generating. Okay.
Look, an emergency box from the once was. A rare sight.
Crowbar. There don't be that much stuff you can do.
That pipe looks weak. The claw bar should come in handy.
Oh shoot. Did it break it? I thought it was a weapon.
Whoa. It's time to find a way out of this place.
It's
No,
hilarious.
really, I mean it. The MORKS produce biomatter in their multi-organ that they shed under distress. Blobs that affect the cellular coding strands of any living being when absorbed, including...
You're on the way to perform a special attack. Possible special attacks are prompted in the lower right-hand corner of the screen. Pressing the indicated output should be shown.
including you. Break it down.
Ah, okay. Or the biolab. These are points used to unlock mutations you collect by defeating MORKS and finding containers at various points. You can use the bioblobs to unlock special parts at any time by accessing the mutations part of the menu. Go to Mutations tab to unlock side powers, biogenetics, and upgrade your resistance. Upgrade resistance. Each one costs one side powers. I don't got no side points. Biogenetics. To use mouse, you press the input, you found the ability to press. This will affect any of them. To use a bio. Press down and input you have found the ability to, and it will spew toxic sludge in the direction of. See, inflict damage.
You have an odd feeling.
To use biomod, press you have found the ability to find facing enemies. Fact. To use an ability, press the button that is bound to a person. Okay, I see. You can't really break nothing. None of this stuff is.
Toxanol built vessels called arcs to save themselves from the impending doom. But was it too late? It is only from the flight logs of the single arc they left behind that we know other arcs traveled through the sky and beyond. It seems those that came before us never lost hope in finding a new home for their kind.
You found a puzzle there scattered around the world. So, new paths will others feature different rewards. Switch nodes by pressing rotate the nodes by pressing on our. What? This is the number of rotations you have. The higher your intellect, the more moves you have. Each node at a certain position and must be rotated into to complete the puzzle. Running out of moves before that have consequence. Alright, what the heck am I doing? Rotate each node so that the colors match each other. Okay, so
just a few moves left. Make them count. There are few records of the chain of events that led to the big apocalypse eons ago, but it's clear the world wasn't prepared for how recklessly the Toxanol Corporation would make its mark on the world. Their rare earth mining and nuclear industries generated tons of waste, and without consideration for the future, they dumped it all in landfills until they ran out of space. That's when they made the big mistake. They began dumping the toxic waste in the surf just off the coast instead, assuming that it would sink and decay with time. And they were right. But no one was prepared for what was about to unfold. Once in the surf, the radiation interfered with the genetics of the wildlife and created bizarre mutations in their offspring. It had an inconceivable impact on biodiversity and the entire ecosystem. The world as they knew it crumbled as nature retaliated. It would never be the same again, and what remained of it became ours.
alright. There's nothing else to search.
The sound of spark metal going pew-pew is never a good thing. It's coming from behind that door. A warning label. The box looks like a potential brain melt. It's going to take a bit of puzzling to short-circuit the door.
Wow.
Just a few moves left. Make them count. There you go.
Perfectly counter an enemy will stun them. The stunned enemy has stars circling above their head. After the enemy again, you can launch it up into the air by pressing it.
The wheeled one is outnumbered. You'd better help him out. Knock it all around. That's the last of them. Let's talk to the wheeled one before backup arrives. He wants to thank you for taking his side against the scavengers. He sounds familiar. You just can't figure out why. He presents himself as out of date. He knows he's way overdue, but he hasn't given up.
Tamuk Gabamuktab.
He doesn't seem surprised that you don't recognize him. You were just a child back then, the night everything changed.
Weta Gono Ba Luyualu.
There have been rumors of a one-eyed Ronin seen outside the Great Wall, and he's happy to see it's true.
Tamuk Gabamuktab.
The legend of the one-eyed child that grew up as an outcast is old and sad.
Shintwata Moti Huasa Adu Awa Ya Ea.
The child could have been anyone, but the evil it had fled had left a mark, a facial scar to remember the past.
Remember what?
How Lupa Lupin somehow left you alive after his raid on the old village. He must have had a purpose with that. The question is, what? There's no doubt you're the child, and that what Lupa Lupin did to your village, your Muma and Popsy, was the beginning of the end. He says it has taken you a long time to bring the past back up to the present, to find your way back, but he's grateful you have. It was after the attack that the unity fell apart. Your Muma's disciples divided and formed tribes as a reaction to the blight that had fallen upon the land.
What's at stake?
The impending threat of the World Eaters bringing down the Tree of Life is ever so close. He also worries about the Jagni tribe that's actively working for a doomsday and purging of the world. Had it not been for the Tree of Life, no one would have survived. He hopes you at least remember the tree.
By default, dialogues are set to advance from one NPC line to the next automatically. If you want to manually advance the dialogue, you can change this in the settings. Nope. Ain't never nothing to... So it just ain't nothing to interact with up here.
Asks if you were tired, as it's a bit of a hike here from the village. He wonders if your Muma knows you are here.
I hope so, I told her.
You're such a good child, so you probably did. Even the young forget.
I'm supposed to be dark.
He understands why you came all the way out here, to see them, the potato people. The potato people, or Nono, are a wonder, somehow interlinked with this little tree here, fueling its source of life.
I don't believe in magic.
Magic? He claims it's just the force of life, the existence of energy, powering and connecting all things living, like the Nono. The Nono prefer to hide in glittergrass. He says you should get over there and ruffle it. See if you can make one come out of hiding.
Ruffle the glittergrass. little Crocs on. I knew that was gonna happen. Unbelievable. I don't be knowing what can kill me and what can't. I can't believe I said that.
You found one. You should be proud. They don't come out for everyone. The Nono's key energy is just what the Pensai needs to complete its cycle and grow into a tree of life.
Will it grow strong enough?
Only time will tell. At least his intention is to dedicate his life to it. He has the feeling the fate of the world depends on it. You'll need to support the tree for a long time to come. The only way it'll grow tall is with the burst of ki released from the Nono as they become one with the tree. You'll need a net to catch the Nono, and he wants you to use his, but asks you to be gentle. The Nono are sensitive beings, an embodiment of ki, the primal energy. You handle that net like you've never done anything else. He's impressed. He's grateful for all the help he can get. There's lots of Nono out there that need to be guided to the roots of the Pensai tree.
Where can I find them?
They're hiding in the glittergrass that mostly grows deep inside damp caves, where they draw mineral from the natural rock. One day, he hopes the tree will have grown tall enough to sustain the world. But today, your focus is getting this one to become one with the tree. Now that you've seen the Nono's connection with the tree with your own eyes, you have no reason to doubt. From this day on, he'll make nurturing the Pensai into a tree of life, a life goal, not only for our village's sake, but for all of us, everyone. One day, the land won't be as peaceful. Not even your Muma will be able to protect us. You can already see the effects from how reckless those before us acted, and unless something changes, we're doomed. The land won't survive the side effects of the old world's industrial advances. He says you'd better hurry back to the village before your Muma comes looking for you. You did good here today.
She only cares about Wang Fu.
That's not true. She's the reason there's still unity, and the only one strong enough to keep the 6 Wang Fu disciples disciplined. He lost you there for a while, but no memory is alone. It's part of a trail you can follow. He says he remembers every single day he devoted to growing the Tree of Life, but now he's afraid it might be in vain. The tree started to die when the end of days begun, and it wasn't long after that.
I don't care about either one of these answers. It's like, which not important thing do you want to hear about?
Occurred after the apocalypse. The
Goodness
toxin
gracious.
corporation inflicted on the land set the World Eater's DNA into overdrive. His friend Gizmo is working on a Mekton and needs help defeating the Jumbo Puff at the end of the West Route. Wiz is still repairing his octopod to confront the Merc Puff that dwells deep down under the surface at the end of the Northwest Route. Nocco has tamed the Majut and is preparing to take on the Hoof Puff at the end of the East Route. Finally, Goop is almost done with the Goo Glide, a machine able to ride the waves of the surf all the way out to the Porky Puff at the end of the route to the southeast. Out of Date says his friends are gearing up to stop the World Eaters. There's one at the end of each route. The road ahead won't be easy, but he's counting on your
That's
support.
what I'm playing for.
His friends aren't strong enough to end this on their own. He wants you to understand that you'll all die if the tree isn't saved.
Defeat the World Eaters.
His friends have prepared something specific for each World Eater. The Mekton, the Octopod, the Majut, and the Goo Glide are almost ready to ride. Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the tribe war and the situation with the World Eaters.
Right now. Probably open the door. Well, just ain't nothing to interact with. I was under the impression I would be fine and stuff.
You're getting the hang of it. Quickest way out is through the roof where they came in, and the rope looks strong enough to climb.
Hiya.
Know that the Tree of Life is dying. Its days are numbered. Without help, it can't endure the environmental change and assault from the World Eaters. A signpost maps it out for the cartographically challenged. Let's see.
Just pee on it. Signposts are found near locations of interest all around the world. You unlock the signpost when interacting with it. And you can fast travel to a signpost, which unlocks by selecting it on the map. Open the map, press. I don't have anything else. I'm pretty sure you just peed on that. Does it tell me when I can interact with something? This don't seem to be as open world as they pretend like it is.
That must be the World Eater that chewed off Out-of-Date's leg. You'll need a hat trick to bring that down. The World Eaters have made their marks on our world over time. That's not the first nor the last village it'll leave in its wake. Look, a survivor. Glad to see someone made it out alive.
Alright. Just killed everybody. Right, you really just killed everybody, I guess. What do y'all sound like
He's
that?
heard the stories about the terror inflicted by the World Eaters to other enclaves, but never expected one to come all the way here.
Inner balances who have that complete a world that flows through all things. At the time, you'll be able to manifest your energy balance. Some dialogue. Few are those who always act in the same manner, and who told the sum of the choices they have made and actions were taken. The balance of your actions creates your aura score, which affects the dialogue.
He worries there won't be much left to save if this
we going
continues,
crazy with the
even if
evil.
the Tree of Life survives the attack. He doesn't know what your connection is to this place, but something tells him you've stayed true to your heart.
He's wrong. Interacting with the captives in PSI shrines, well, where you use a side point that you can use to unlock psionic powers that can be unlocked once you have reached the acquired darker light.
Anyway, he needs help and says it's by your actions you'll be judged, not by your intentions. He can't understand why you'd do such a thing. He won't make it out of here on his own.
Oh!
Good work, clever clogs. Let me guide you into the dark.
Seriously? I always thought better of you than that.
And you were wrong. There's always more dark than light.
There's still time to turn back.
They're already heading down my road.
Yes, sir. Alright, I see that's gonna be a common theme. I really jawed that dude. You've gained a 5 point unless use it to unlock powers in the mutations menu. Some powers are locked by the aura score, meaning your side points can only unlock powers of the same color as your current aura or those without color.
There's Out of Date again. He must have missed something important. Out of Date knows you'll make a better stand against the World Eaters with the support of a tribe, and there's 2 nearby. The Jagni tribe is likely to be your primary choice as they seek to become omnipresent and, most importantly, feared.
Miami, Ubumbu Dubuko, Iatu Yao Mawa.
Regardless of who you choose,
To
it
talk a
won't
lot.
be easy, as the conflict between the tribes is worse than ever, teetering on the brink of war. The Myriad's conviction to stop the World Eaters began when the Leviathans rose from the depths of the surf. Siding with the Myriad's movement for wholeness in a fragmented world might seem like the logical thing to do, but is it the right thing? One thing's certain, though. Destiny arrives all the same. The Jagni tribe only ever had one conviction: to bring balance to the world by wiping out the weak. They believe a cleansing is necessary to restore the world, and want to let the World Eaters bring down the Tree of Life. But siding with Jagni isn't necessarily a bad thing. Fate will find a way.
The water.
Out of Date says someone needs to break the stalemate and shift the balance of power to either Jagni's or Myriad's side.
Ubumbu Dubuko, Mook Bebuk.
He believes the tribe Sifus, Jagni especially, will listen to you and expects you to pay at least one of them a visit and play your part.
I think this one will just be a shorter answer. Why
Why
Jagni?
He believes you share Jagni's view on the world. Regardless, Jagni would welcome someone that had helped them against the Myriad tribe. He'll be waiting for you beneath the Tree of Life if you lose track of what you need to do. Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the tribe war and the situation with the World Eaters.
Cross-checking your current and started trust are shown in the journal. At the top of the menu above, you can change which quests you track by opening the journal tab and selecting another task. Talk to Jagni. Next to waypoint. Oh, army, right? Blaze. To use Blaze, press down the input you have bound the ability to. Blaze will launch you forward and leave a trail of fire behind you. Blink uses press down the input you have bound the ability to. Will teleport you in a direction you are moving, creating a shockwave when you appear. Only because everybody else is getting that other one on the team. I gotta look at my gear.
Another fork in the road. It's either the tunnel or the motor bridge. What'll it be?
In this section, you can equip gear and weapons. Equipping gear. The circle icon represents a part of the body that can be geared up with the equipment found and bought from vendors. Your favorites can be saved in outfits menu. And you can sort your gear according to different stats. You can scrap highlighted pieces of gear for crafting resources by pressing. Let's change that hat up.
Better than a bare head.
Oh, wait. It says beret, but... Okay.
It's a bridge. Just get over it.
I don't even know which one is the people I'm supposed to be
Don't
with.
stop pounding that one. Made to be broken.
Yes, sir.
A challenge.
They won't know that I killed both teams. Nobody will ever know.
They've destroyed this area, muddied up what used to be muck, as if it wasn't bad enough before the tribe war began.
Destroyed. Forgot I said I leveled up, dude. Alright, vitality.
Everything feels better.
Freaking airborne enemy back down to the ground. He ain't did that yet. Dual wield. Two-faced cobra grip. Gun dual wield. Equip 2 different guns. One-handed guns. I just gotta get another gun.
That's the Jagni tribe's fort. Their friendship can be a blessing or a curse. It's up to you. You're either a part of their solution to the tribe war, or part of the problem. Let's see.
Where's another waypoint? What do talk to the Jack here? Why am I in this menu? Oh, because I don't do that. Alright.
Says they're wary of strangers. They're at war.
I'm gonna talk to your seafood mug.
Says the Sifu is popular these days as the tribe grows stronger by the day. He suggests you let the Sifu do the talking when you meet. He prefers it that way.
Okay, what you prefer, my G?
The Jagni tribe wants to become omnipresent and, most importantly, feared. They want to vanquish the tribes, as the only way they can guarantee peace is through supremacy. The Sifu is determined to let the World Eaters destroy the Tree of Life, as it's part of their strategy to cleanse the world and start anew. He welcomes you to the Jagni fort and introduces himself as the tribe's Sifu. The news of a cold-blooded Ronin crossing the Great Wall through the crack in Bunker 101 preceded you. He's referring to your rampage through Bunker 101. It seems you don't mind a bit of blood on your hands. That's something you have in common. He understands that sometimes we need to lose ourselves to find ourselves. But he's glad you chose to come here. There's something about your spirit that sparks memories of you as a kidling. He can still sense you're kind-hearted. Sometimes one memory can make another come to life. He hasn't thought about your Muma for ages, even though she taught him a lot. He was one of the original Wang Fu disciples.
Keep my Muma out your mouth.
Your Muma invented Wang Fu. Originally, it was based on unarmed combat and the 6 weapons: the boomerang, the shuriken, the bow, the staff, the nunchuk, and the hook and chain. The Sifu says it's time to set the past aside, at least for now. Unrest is sweeping the land, and there are rivals in all directions. Jagni doesn't want a new unity between the tribes. Their goal is to become omnipresent and, most importantly, feared. Says fear and hatred is the only path to domination, but you already know that. So embracing that side of you and helping them vanquish the tribes and letting the World Eaters destroy the Tree of Life should be an easy decision.
Sir.
He expected you'd join them. You understand that the universe runs on the principle that the one who dominates others runs the show. The Sifu was waiting for something to tip the balance in their favor, and with you by their side, he's confident he can vanquish the other tribes. The one he wants to deal with first is the Myriad tribe. The Jagni's destiny is to do what others are too afraid to do. To vanquish past and future disillusions of unity and take control of our destiny. Uniting the tribes and saving the Tree of Life won't change anything. Their kin must put an end to the war before war puts an end to them. It'll cost bruises and broken bone, but they refuse to be the victim here. They have no intention of letting this drag out, or they'll run the risk of teaching the enemy their art of war. He wants you to focus. These are the new rival outposts your tribe needs to take control of.
All right.
He says you'll regret not being on their side. The only way you'll learn their secrets, Wung Fu and the tribe weapon now, is if you defeat him. And that will never happen.
Oh, they got a better weapon.
You both share dark thoughts, so they want to wage a war. A war where all that's left behind is casualties. Tells you not to be afraid. Your fate cannot be taken from you. Claim the rival outposts and earn the right to wield the tribe weapon. Once you've conquered the rivals' outposts, you'll challenge their Sifu for control of their territory, tribe weapon, and kin. The only kin who count are the kin that are left standing at the end of the war. Let's focus on making that our kin, not theirs.
Oh.
Seeing you
Sad,
brings
right?
back
If
his
I have my
memories of
kid.
the old village. Jackney doesn't want a new unity between the tribes. Their
Dang,
goal
these
is to
mofos
become
suck.
omnipresent and, most importantly, feared. He remembers your kind and unselfish soul, and can sense you still have it in you, the will to do good.
Shoot, nah.
Anyway, you'll
Oh, bad
pass your
everything.
old village on your way to the first rival outpost, but we've got no time to be sentimental. War doesn't wait. It's always the little things you remember, and with you it's pretty much the only thing he recalls, that you were little.
Just don't be nothing. I'm so glad I didn't do anything.
Asks you to check out the wares, confident you'll find everything you need here. Says you're in good company. Everyone needs a good deal. Time to make a deal.
These vendors specialize in a particular type of weapon, melee weapon parts, range weapon parts, gear parts, hose and mounts. Going to the vendors and browsing their stock, be ready to find better parts for the gear. If you're missing a specific part to craft a weapon, you can always check the nearest vendor. You can purchase items from the vendors provided you have enough green currency in the form of the league. The price of all the items is listed to the right of the item listing. Green is gathered from specific bushes and through selling items. You're able to sell items to a vendor by going to the sell tab in the item menu. You don't have to worry about much about this yet, though. You'll find items in green as you explore the world.
Hopes that thing is programmed to be friendly. Says goodbye to you. Says the shop holds something for everyone. Points out they just restocked, so you should be able to find something you like here.
Have 0 green. Whatever. I see that I got stuff I can actually buy.
Figures others like you prefer to work under the cover of night. Hopes to see you again soon. The gatekeeper welcomes you back to the fort. Says you should take it easy.
Alright, that's enough for now.